It is halftime in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. James Spoovy coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Your Northern Arizona Wranglers trailing the Duke City Gladiators by the score of 32-19. Ed, tough sledding there in the first half for the Wranglers, and it was really a story of missed opportunities and capitalized opportunities for the Duke City Gladiators.
Yeah, we told you in the pregame, folks, it was going to be that kind of a game that Duke City was going to give Northern Arizona everything they had, right, JP?
Yep.
It's a 2-13. This is not a 2-13 football team. They've been in a lot of close games, and you knew they were going to give you everything because they're professional football players too, right, JP? They get paid to play football just like everybody on the Wranglers organization. Every football player for the Wranglers gets to paid to play football, and they're going to go out there and they're going to give you everything they've got for 60 minutes. And so far, they have in the first 30.
Luckily, the Wranglers get the football second half, so we'll see if they can turn the tide there a little bit in Rio Rancho. Let's get out some highlights from the first half of action. It started out with a nice little touchdown pass from Josh Jones, an 8-yard touchdown pass, and then after that, the Wranglers special teams unit followed it up right here with a Rouge.
Nice play there. Yeah, like you mentioned, Josh Jones hits Deshaun Stoudemire for an 8-yard touchdown pass on the ensuing kickoff that we just saw. Great kick there by Axel Perez, and they get Jordan Bird for the Rouge inside the end zone. So they're up 8-0. And then all of a sudden, DC runs off 16 straight points. Devonair Concliffe gets a 47-yard touchdown run. Ernesto Lacayo gets a deuce, of course, on the ensuing kickoff. One of his 2 deuces so far. Ernesto, he's been great so far. Then Javin Kilgo hits Tamarion Terry for a touchdown, puts them up 16-8, and then Josh Jones hits John Maldonado for his 21st touchdown. They tied up at 16, and then DC.
Let's take a look at that touchdown right now. That was the first one right there to Stoudemire.
Mm-hmm.
And he's played really well in the first half. I'm impressed with number 3.
Oh, yeah. Stoudemire 3 catches for 20 yards in that touchdown pass. So, yeah, Deshaun's come in late in the season and been a really good addition, number 3. As you mentioned, Maldonado, again, we mentioned his 21st touchdown of the season. John has been so money all season long. Hasn't he, JP, number 11?
He absolutely has. Let's take a look at his touchdown right here from Josh Jones. A touch pass, great touch pass there from number 12. And Maldonado, he's just one of those receivers that if you just get it anywhere near him, chances are he's going to be able to come down with the football.
Yes, sir. So I'm saying, man, if they can find a way to bring Josh Jones and Maldonado back, make those whoever else comes back, but Jones and Maldonado have made a beautiful relationship between quarterback and wide receiver. If they can find a way to bring those 2 back, in addition to others, my goodness, this offense is going to be set for next season. As we've seen so far, that's 56 touchdowns for Jones, but with the Stoudemire touchdown and the Maldonado touchdown. So he's nearing 60 touchdowns. I doubt we'll see him in the second half because Coach brought in Dylan Sterling Cole. So I think Josh is done for the season, unless Coach Moss says, let me go ahead and bring number 15 back in or number 12 back in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in half number 2. Dylan Sterling Cole came in and struggled, unfortunately, in the first half there for the Wranglers, threw a pick down near the goal line and then had a couple missed opportunities as well. So we'll see if Coach stays with number 15 or if he elects to bring JJ back into the ballgame for half number 2. And as you said, Ed, definitely got to get those guys back on the roster for next season. That connection between Josh Jones and John Maldonado was electric this year.
It was. But give DC credit. They ran the ball really well. 12 rushes, 106 yards. So they've ran the ball extremely well. Conliffe with a touchdown run. Kilgo's got a touchdown run. Jordan Bird has got a touchdown run. So they've run the ball well. Kilgo's thrown a touchdown pass. He threw one to Scary Terry. So they've done what they needed to do, and they've got pressure on Josh Jones when he was in there, and they pressured Dylan Sterling Cole into that interception. So Sterling Cole not looking sharp, and it's kind of expected because he's been on the sideline pretty much the entire season because Josh has been the starting quarterback. So you would expect him to be a little rusty, but I expect hopefully he can make the proper adjustments and look better in the second half than what he did in the second quarter when he was inserted for Josh Jones.
Because let's face it, a lot of this football game, especially in half number 2 here for 2 teams that are not making the playoffs, a lot of these guys are under the microscope right now, seeing who's going to come out and play hard, play through the whistle in some cases, maybe, showing out for other teams who might be watching. We are the only game on today to close out the 2024 IFL regular season. So a lot of coaches watching to see, hey, maybe that guy looks good on my roster for next year. And a lot of these guys trying to make an impression here, especially in this upcoming second half.
Exactly. And did you notice that we started off the season and end the season? We started with the Rattlers. We were the first game of the season, and now we're the end game of the season. That just occurred to me.
Yeah,
That's crazy, isn't it?
exactly right. Exactly right. So we'll hope that the halftime adjustments are made in the locker room, which we know they will be. We'll take a short commercial timeout and return to wrap up the halftime show right here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube page and Facebook. We'll be right back.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light? Light? Oh my.
Beautiful.
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song.
Thanks, LL Cool J.
I got a guy who can fix this.
We welcome you back to the Northern Arizona Wranglers halftime show. Your Wranglers trailing the Duke City Gladiators by the score of 32-19 at half in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Ed, final thoughts as we wrap up the halftime show here and get ready for the second half of action.
Yeah, I would highly doubt that Coach Moss would tote Josh Jones back out there. Just leave him be. He's done what he's done for the season. This is a good test for Dylan Sterling Cole to see, for Coach Moss to see what he has or what he potentially could have for next season. So we'll see what number 15, if that is the choice for Coach Moss to do in the final 30 minutes. But just get the third and fourth quarters, guys, play hard, end the season up well, and hopefully it ends up with a victory. What about you, JP? What do you want to see in the second half?
Well, I want to see them take this opening possession down the field quickly for a touchdown and do it with efficiency. We need some good blocking up front from the offensive line, maybe a couple of nice runs, mix in a little bit of the running game there, and then take a couple shots down the football field. And as you said, we'll see if Dylan Sterling Cole remains in the ball game. Sometimes you got to stay with a quarterback when you make a change like that, and then take him through the halftime adjustments, and see how he responds to all that as well. So it's going to be interesting to see here in the second half, but we encourage you to come back with us for the post-game show immediately following the football game. And now we encourage you to head back over to the IFL Digital Network and check in with Sebastian Knoll, our good friend out there in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, who, Ed, he said he's coming back next season to play a little bit more golf in Prescott Valley, although there are some thunderstorms up that way this afternoon.
Yeah, he mentioned that. He's like, he wants to come up and see us, but this is not the time to do it because of the thunderstorms and the weather. But I'm looking for a great call from him and Coach Williams on the second half. They've done a spectacular job in the first half. I just want to hear more great calls from Sebastian and Coach Williams in the second half.
It's coming your way next on the IFL Digital Network. We encourage you one more time to jump back in here after the game for our post-game show as we wrap up the 2024 Northern Arizona Wranglers season. We'll see you after the game, and as we always say, go Wranglers. We're going to time that up one day, I promise.
One day.